welcome back to my channel. Thank you returning subscribers. Newcomers, go ahead and push the red subscribe and join the family. Today I found something that's called Indian style flatbread. It's garlic flavored. It smells wonderful. When I was in India, we ate some bread called chapati bread, and that is exactly what this is. Well, today we're going to make something different with this bread. And we're just going to go ahead and go around. We're using beef bacon, steakums, which is the steak, thinly sliced steak meat, mushrooms, some salsa, Fiesta blend cheese, spinach, green pepper, onion, and our liquid cheese here. We're going to make something really good to eat. And we're going to get right to it. We've got our skillet on. Haven't turned it on yet. But we're going to open up our bacon. We had this frozen. And I'm just taking this out the package. Just like I'm going to take this meat. It's also frozen. I'm going to take it out its package. And we're going to start cutting up everything. But I want to get the meat going first. So we're just taking this out the package and setting it to the side. So like I said, we're going to... This meat you won't have to cut up. You can just break it up. That's why I like it so well. Okay, get rid of this. Okay, then we're going to go over here. Now with this, you can just break this up with your hands. That's how easy this meat is to break up. Once you've broken up this meat, you can go ahead and start putting that meat in the pan. Okay. I just wanted to show you, yeah, this meat is very easy to manage, and it's very good once it's cooked. Okay. Working up the rest of this, and like I said, we're going to just put this in the pan. Let's see. Putting this in the pan. Okay, put the top on that, let that start heating up while we do something about this bacon, because we want to get that cut up. Okay, this bacon here is going to get you a knife, and you're just going to start cutting it. Okay. Not that easy to cut, but it is solid and frozen, so you have to put a little muscle into it to get it cut up, okay? Might even want to use a smaller knife that you'll have more control over to do this. There we go. There we go. See about breaking this up. Go ahead and keep breaking that up. If you have to heat this up a little bit in your microwave, that will probably make it a little bit easier to cut up also. Okay, just getting this cut up. There we go. Now it's working a little better. Okay. Once we have all that cut up, then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to douse this in the pan also, okay? So see here, we're just going to put this in the pan also. And that'll begin to break up too. Okay? Now that's beef bacon we're using, but you can use whatever kind of bacon you like. Okay, and the top's on that to get that going, right? Okay. And now I'm going to proceed to start cutting up all of our vegetables. Okay, we've already rinsed all of our vegetables off, but this might need another rinsing real quick, okay? And like I said, we're just going to start getting our vegetables so we can get those cut up. Now with the green pepper, we are kind of cutting this up a little bit smaller. We don't want that to be so prevalent in it. We're going to do the same thing. Well, I like my onions in rings, but we'll be okay. We'll do the same thing with the onion. We're going to chop it up some. Make it a little bit easier to eat. Let's see. Not too little, but smaller than those big chunks. A couple of chops. You turn it sideways. And a couple of chops to get it the way you want it. Yeah. Doesn't have to be real fine. See there? Yeah. That's how you want it. Yeah, you don't want it real invisible, but you want it bite size. Okay? Got rid of a lot of that. For spinach real quick. And we're just rinsing the spinach off. Nothing real fancy. Just giving it a good rinse. Okay. Once we give it a good rinse, we can get a nice handful of it. And then that's about it. We're going to put that down in that chopper too. Because we do want this to be mixed up really fine. We do want that to kind of disappear. You don't always want the kids to know you put spinach or something. So if you can make it disappear, that's all the more better. Doing a great job. Alrighty. Yeah. That's exactly the consistency we wanted it to get. Okay. And that'll be enough of the spinach right there. Okay. We're using the salsa because it'll have a little hot flavor to it, but it also has your tomatoes already cut up real small, like you would like them. Yeah, so that always makes it nice. Okay. Now we're going to check on this meat. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and check on this meat. See where we are with this. Yeah. That steak is getting done, and the bacon is also breaking down too. Okay. We're going to leave that a little bit longer to cook. Okay, now that that water's evaporated out here, that bacon is starting to fry. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Getting a little burn on that meat. Yes, yes. That's what's going to make that meat be out of sight. Okay. We're going to add in the mushrooms to the meat. And add those mushrooms in. And the other vegetables are kind of going to be like garnishes. Okay? Mushrooms go in with the meat. And then I'm going to take this cheese here, and you can heat this up. This cheese here, you can heat this up in the microwave and kind of liquefy it a little bit before we pour it onto there. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pop this in the microwave for a couple of minutes. And you just keep stirring this, getting your meat nice and crispy. Okay. I'm going to leave the top off of there because we want it to stay nice and dry. We're going to get our bread. And put these on the tray. Four come in here. So we can fix it so we can fit all four on here is what we're going to try to do. Alright. Okay, so we're going to cut that off. That bacon is pretty much done. You know, you cook it to your liking. You want it to be too hard, but you don't want it to be extra soft in either. There's some pieces that are hard and soft, but the flavor is where it's at. Okay. Well, we've got a mess here. Kind of made a mess. Should have got this out a little bit earlier. Kind of made a mess of it. But we're going to put this in a bowl so that we can kind of tackle it. Okay, so what we're going to do is, the meat is done. And what you can do, if you have some paper towel, you can kind of drain some of that oil off of that meat. Okay, we're going to use this. So I'm going to take this, put this on here. I'm just going to put this on here to kind of drain that meat off. So it's not too oily. Let me get ready to put this on the bread, okay? So that's what we're doing with that. Just going to slide that over. See if we can get the rest of that meat to come on off on here. Okay. So we want it to come on here so we can kind of drain it some and drain some of that oil off of the bacon. Okay. we go. And we're going to start taking the spinach first. We're going to come over here to our chapati bread. We're going to put this spinach on first. Okay? That's like the bottom layer. It's kind of hiding out. Nobody knows that's there. And that's just your fresh spinach chopped up. And that's going on the base of it. Okay? Spread that out. Actually, we'll sit one of these aside so we make it have a lot more room on this tray. There we go. That'll be a better fit. Okay? And you're just going to spread that out. After you get that on there, you can take some of your cheese, take it out, and just sprinkle a little bit, because we want all this to kind of marinate together. So you put a little bit on that spinach, so that whatever comes in contact with the spinach is going to go ahead and mold into the spinach. Yeah. Okay. And now, I'm going to have to go ahead and take this meat. Hang on to that. That's pretty hot. Set this down. And we're going to just take some of this meat. If you can, use your hands, use your hands. But if it's too hot, you might have to get you some tongs. And we're going to spread this around on here, okay? Yeah, it's getting kind of hot, so I don't have to get my old faithful tongs. It's getting a little hot on my hands. So we're going to use the tongs and just spread this around. See this? And the bread, I'm telling you, it smells wonderful. It's infused with garlic. And they've made a wonderful thing by doing that. Okay. Okay. One more we'll have to put together, so we'll go ahead and put the meat in this last one. Okay, you see how you pretty much cover up that spinach and nobody even knows it's under there. Okay? See that rag, nice clean fresh rag, absorbs most of that oil from that bacon, so that just made it wonderful. And like I said, you just take all that meat and you just cover up the spinach. Nobody will know otherwise what's up under there, okay? And now you're going to come over here and you're going to start getting your other vegetables. Alright, now we're going to put a little bit of cheese on top of here. You know, in between each little ingredient, we got that cheese going. Now you can opt out here and put this in the oven now and then put the rest of your fixings on it fresh, or you can actually cook your other fixings at the same time. I like them either way. It doesn't make me a difference. But if you're a person that likes your vegetables a little bit tender, then this will be the reason you put them on now. And we'll just add the green pepper. Okay. Make sure you get the smaller pieces. And then that always makes it nice when you do add them afterwards, because then the vegetables are fresh. you know, something fresh on top of your meat mixture. That makes it nice too. Okay. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and add these now, just for the sake of time, and be done with it. And then that'll make your vegetables a little tender. Okay. And then this is the salsa. We strained the liquid off of it and tried to kind of dry it a little bit. Now those, that right there, I will suggest that you do that after it's baked. And then we have another little one we don't want to forget about. Put some top of it. That's a little too big. And put our onion over this. And you saw one of them I didn't put cheese on. Okay? And then we've already preheated our oven. And these are going to go in the oven now. Alright. And these are done. Just beautiful. Yeah, turned out just beautiful. Now at this point, let's get you a little spoon or fork, and you just take this and just lightly sprinkle your fresh garnish on top. Okay, for your tomatoes. Yes, and it smells wonderful. Now try this out. See how you like it. It's always nice to try something different. Now remember, that's the same bread as chapati bread. Okay? Kind of bread we had when we were in India. Okay? This is something different, something good to eat. Let me get a piece off of here. See what we're working with. It's really hot. Be careful. And tear your piece off. Oh, yes. Very good. Unfortunately, this is not on the diet plan. But if you have a free day and you want to eat something that has a little bit more calories in it, this will be a good treat to eat. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. This is actually 1,016 calories.